Hey guys, we're gonna be doing a bug fuckers tier list where I'm gonna be rating bugs on their fuckability. Um, this video was supposed to be a bit more lewd in the sense that I'd go on E6 and find images of the bugs, but that didn't turn out very well because trying to find bugs on E6 isn't very good. But I did pull together my community and create a list with them of some bugs they'd like to see. So I'll be using that. Starting off, we have the what up here? The white satin moth. This fluffy little guy. Of course, he's going straight into S tier. Next up, we have the river jewel wing. Oh, Photoshop's just gonna... The river jewel ring. There we go. See, I don't know if you guys have ever seen these things before, but they really class bond with these right here. It's also a very pretty looking bug. So, I'm going to put this in A tier, just because I think that maybe it is a little frail. As you can see, it's kind of thin, but that's okay. We can always get around that. Next up, we have the Trombididi, or the red velvet mite. Now, it looks a little, you know, a little puffy, a little red. But I think we can kind of get around that just a little, because it looks very, very fluffy. Right? That's a few arms too. But we'll put that in B tier. Alright, in B tier. As, you know, it looks to be a little off-putting, but I bet that fluff is very, very soft. Yeah. Up next, it is the Periplanta americana, the American cockroach. Now, it may be a bit disgusting, and it may have spikes all over its legs to, you know, trap you. Yeah, I don't know. I can't think of anything really positive about this. I think we're just gonna put this thing straight down into D tier, relegate that thing to hentai enjoyment. Next is the inch. Oh, I forgot. The inchworm. That's next. Well, he's a bit small, but he does have the ability to arch that back, though kind of arching it in the wrong way. So I think we'll put him in C. He's trying his best, but I don't think he's quite there just yet. And now we have the honeybee. Little goober, lots of fluff. Gotta send that cutie straight into S tier, of course. Next is the Gallia donut. Someone was very hungry when they named this one. Looks like it's got a big ol' ass, and that's really all it's got going for it. So I'll send it to B tier. Doesn't look too bad, but nothing really going on with it. And then we have the Pulchra cinerea, another moth, and this picture's very grainy, but it just is like that. But of course the moth has to go straight into S. Lots of fluff, big ol' ass, and multiple wings too, which good in my book. Now we have the Dermaptera, the earwig. Ooh, seems a bit scary. It's got some false legs in the back, big ol' ass as well. I think we can put this thing in B tier. Yeah, right in there. Good. Now we have the Dyrocampa rubiconda, good old rosy maple moth. I think I'm gonna send this thing into A tier. It is, of course, a cute little guy, but those colors are very vibrant, to say the least. Now we have the Vespa vulgaris, or the common wasp. Of course, wasps always have a bad reputation for being very aggressive, but in the bedroom, that might actually be a good thing. Uh, and not too bad. These things, never look too bad. They're nice and lean, and that's always good. Some people like the fat, some people like the lean. I'm kind of more of a lean guy myself. I think I'm gonna throw these guys into A tier, just because they would be aggressive in the bed, and it's always nice. It's always nice. Then we have the Venulia basilaria. Probably mispronounced that. That's the common clothes moth. Small little guy, eats up all your clothes. Still very fluffy like all the other moths. Where do I put them though? I think, unfortunately, it's gonna go to B tier. It's not as big as the other moths and quite more annoying as it eats all through your clothes and whatnot, but still got quite a bit of cuteness to it, as all moths do. Then we come into the Tetramorium immigrants. Just your common ant. Nothing real special about it. Think we'll also put this in B tier, as it's, we all know how ants breed. The queen might be a better target than the worker ants, but of course, beggars can't always be choosers. But I think right there suits it quite well. Now, we have the Aha, which is a type of wasp. This is the best picture I could find for it, because there's like no pictures of it online. As far as I can tell, it's just like any other wasp. So I guess we're gonna go put this thing in A tier. I'm just going to assume it's like the other wasps. Yeah, not too much about that, unfortunately. So now we have the dung beetle. Big ol' horn on it. Oh, I guess if that's a alpha male, I think it is, or I don't know, I think there's alpha male and beta males, or there's just a better male and then a male, which is like this but doesn't have the horn, and then females are a bit leaner. Unfortunately, this thing plays around with dung a lot. Despite its kind of cute looks, but because of that really dirty play, I think I'm gonna have to send it down to D tier. I kind of don't want to be dealing with that in the bedroom at all. And then we move on to the cockchafer. I don't know how someone found this bug, like on my list, but they did. They found it, and here we are. It's a type of beetle. I don't really know what it does. It has the name cockchafer though, which makes me very suspicious of its origins. It comes from the UK, so who knows what they were all doing. I'm gonna put this thing down in C tier, as the name kind of scares me, and I don't really see too much going on with that bug. And we have the Cerulean Venulia, or the puss moth. Got another blurry image, but you can only do so much with Google trying to get all their assets on screen at once. You know what's with all the other moths, though? I don't show their faces. They all kind of just look like the one face. So that's about that. But yeah, no, this thing's going straight into S tier. Very pretty moth. Puffy. Love them. Now we have the Vespa mandarina, which is the giant Asian hornet. So it's like a hornet, but black. And you know what they say about blacks. Once you go black, you never go back. So gotta send this big beauty into A tier, or sorry, S tier. The bigger the bug, the bigger the fuck, right? Yeah. Now, this next one's a little bit interesting. It's the Bobo virginianus. You may notice that this is not a bug. That's because someone thought they were being very funny. So unfortunately, this thing's gonna go down to D tier, because it's not a bug, it won't be a good bug fuck if it's not a bug. So, if we're doing a birds tier list, this would be a lot higher, but we're not. So, is what it is. Now, we have the aphid did die, which is just your common aphid. They're kind of small. They got a big ass, and that's about it. They're just, you know, really small. Red beady eyes. I think we're putting it down in D tier. I think these things are just too small. I'm sorry. I gotta say it. They're just too small. And they eat up your plants. That wouldn't be very fun to be around. Now we have the Ashina Junica, which is another dragonfly, a bit bigger, a bit more colorful. It's also called the common hawker, which makes it a great hunter. So, I think this thing's going up into A tier, as it's like the other dragonfly, but bigger, stronger, more beautiful. Perfect place for it. Now we have the Scolopendra cataracta, or your centipede. Lots of little limbs here. And you always get a bad rap because it's always so creepy, but actually, you know, not too bad. Even if you get bit, as long as it's, you know, not want something from Asia, it won't be too bad. I might get some numbness in your hand, but, you know, maybe you're into that numbness, and that can be a benefit for you. It's also got the false legs here in the back. Or I guess this would be a false head. Well, I guess it's false legs because they don't move, but it's supposed to mimic the head, so, you know, and I think this is going to go into A tier. These are very protective mothers, and that could be good for all sorts of things. Hint, hint. Okay. Now I have the Camponotus, or the carpenter ant. It looks like someone, you know, crossbreeds a black ant and a red ant because they got that red body and the black heads. I think I'm just going to put this in the same tier as the other ant, because I don't think it's got much going for it other than that it lives in wood. Yeah. Now we have the Apidibombus, or the bumblebee. Good old short stack with a fat ass. Lots of fluff. They may be a little stupid, but I gotta go into here. We love our fluffers here. Looks like last up, we have the Schizocera americana, or the American bird grasshopper. At least we got a grasshopper on this list. Got big old strong legs, big wings, big old ass. Or I guess a long ass. It wouldn't be a big ass, but I think we're gonna put this thing in A. It's got a lot of bounce to it, but these things also kind of are spiky, and that won't feel too good. But yeah, I think that concludes the bug fuckers tier list. Thank you guys for watching. You can comment on what your thoughts are. If I made any mistakes, I probably did, but that's okay. I'll see y'all around.